playtime begins.
I am excited to have the park open, and the kids are having a blast.
See the rededication of one of Irving's oldest parks that now has all new features. Run for a reason.
Feels great, yeah. The cause is the best part of it.
A show in the sky before thousands of runners hit the course for the Wounded Warriors Military Miles event. But why was one in a panda head?
I just really like pandas.
Big ideas.
So it's really important we get their voice before we put this whole plan together.
Hear what residents are saying they want to see in local parks as the city starts on long-term plans. Plus the anniversary of a historic cemetery, and we're inside one of Irving's newest restaurants, now on City Source. A corporate donation, Irving firefighters, and a charity come together to help people stay cool this summer. Hello and welcome to City Source. I'm Thomas Gandy. That story's coming up. But first, children are starting the year with a new playground. Irving's second oldest park just got about $385,000 in upgrades. We got a look at the improvements at Luzon Park during the rededication ceremony. This story is part of our ongoing series called Investing in Our Future. It's the rededication of Luzon Park in South Irving, and kids are excited to experience the all-new playground.
I think it's pretty awesome.
Projects like this just, always put a smile on your face.
Smiles on the faces of everyone, except maybe 2-year-old Nicholas. He doesn't seem too sure about this.
Yeah, no, Nick, you're not gonna smile?
But his mom, Stephanie, believes he will soon warm up to the new surroundings.
He loves the park. He loves to be outside, so I know we're gonna be coming here frequently.
Children from nearby recreation centers took a run at all parts of the playground.
Yeah!
And there is even more they can come back to try. When caregivers come out here with their smartphones, there are games that can be coordinated through the free Biba app.
You can do different features or play different games with other people with the app, so that's kind of cool. It shows how technology is advancing in our industry.
Other improvements include new lighting.
It's well lit at night, it's very safe.
And an improved canopy.
The shade structure is much bigger, can now seat, I believe, 24 people, where the previous one had one picnic table.
Andrew Harmon lives nearby with his wife and 5 children.
From 9 all the way down to 1.5.
So he knows this park well.
The older park equipment was, frankly, falling apart, outdated. Kids have been wanting swings forever, and the lights in the park are a great help.
It is that kind of feedback from residents that guided the redesign of this park.
And we had several community input meetings.
Once those ideas were set, crews moved in to demolish the old and get started on the new.
This is a great opportunity to show what the city is focused on, and that is replacing and improving our infrastructure throughout the city. And I'm talking just to the kids here.
Leaders have special messages for those who will be out here the most.
What you see behind me, this is all for you. This is why we're here. We're here to help provide a great quality of life for you guys.
I hope you enjoy this park. We're excited for you to have this opportunity to have a place in your neighborhood to play, and we hope you have many years of happiness here.
What do you like the most?
The swings.
You just like the open field?
Yeah, I like playing soccer on the field.
Luzon is Irving's second oldest park, but now feels brand new to these kids.
A lot of memories were made here, and then now we're starting a whole new chapter. A lot more memories will be made for our Irving residents.
And let's stay with parks news. The city is starting a master planning process for parks and open space. It's called Let's Play Irving. The public input period is underway, and we were at the first meeting to hear some of the ideas from residents.
Thank you.
These Irving residents are arriving at the Heritage Senior Center, hoping tonight leads to something special and long-term.
Matter of fact, this is what we call speed dating for parks, okay?
Specifically, they are providing input for the City of Irving's master plan for parks, recreation, and open space. It's called Let's Play Irving.
Process is really important. We haven't done this in about 20 years, so we really need to get our citizens' input on what they would like to see.
Give me the dirt here.
Here's where that speed dating comparison comes in. The attendees split into small groups. Each focuses on a different aspect of the park system. Aquatics, rec centers, trails, and more.
I'm a dog walker, so I like the trails.
An attraction where people can do rafting or whatever.
From there, they talk about their priorities.
Who thinks technology is one of their top 3?
Sidewalks, nature preserves.
Then they share what they like
things that are offered for seniors. It's amazing.
And what they would like to see improved.
Every park needs to be inclusive.
I also know that there's a significant deficit of parking.
Then it's time to offer any new ideas they have.
Indoor biking? I haven't heard that.
Encourage more events at the recreation centers.
Everybody has a component or a piece of our Parks and Recreation system that they want to advocate for, they think is most important.
I just think we need to enlarge the heritage. Yes. We have outgrown the heritage.
This process gives them the opportunity to share that, because we're going to take all these various different types of priorities, put them together in a cohesive plan that hopefully touches on all of them.
Toys for younger ones.
Looking at all these pictures, these are really oriented to young people. And I'm wondering where the shuffleboard is, where the horseshoes are.
All of this input will be combined with ideas from other sessions and the results of surveys filled out at letsplayirving.com to develop a master plan for the city's parks. More than 80 parks are in Irving, so a range of ideas is welcome.
Benches and trees where you can just sit and relax.
We need to cover every single basis, whether it's trails, dog parks, ADA, splash pads, anything that they would like to see inside the city. Is really important we get their voice before we put this whole plan together.
This is probably one of the most heavily used park systems that you have here.
The consultant, Half Associates, has already started studying what's in Irving and presented an early idea for this city-owned land in the urban center.
And we saw this as an opportunity to be the central park of Irving, something that's comparable to Clyde Warren Park in Dallas.
Native habitat restoration.
There are a lot of ideas to consider. Most of the people here are regular users of the parks and rec centers.
I live right next to a park.
I'm the vice president of the Irving Soccer Association.
They appreciate the chance to share their thoughts.
And I think we should have a say in what goes on in this town.
It's refreshing. I think it gets the people involved, and I hold some accountability as well.
You're just happy that people are engaged. That's the key point. If nobody cared about the Parks and Recreation system, I'd be even more concerned. But it's great to see the energy, people's opinions, people's thoughts, and sometimes people have a cool idea you never thought of.
With all of this input recorded, the goal is to have the new master plan ready for adoption in the summer of 2019, and then it would be implemented in the decade following. And 2 more public input meetings are ahead. One is Tuesday, July 10th at 6 p.m. at Lee Park Recreation Center. Another is Thursday, July 12th at 6 p.m. at Cimarron Park Recreation Center. In addition to the public meetings, the Parks Department will also be getting input through focus groups and online surveys at letsplayirving.com. The City of Irving is gearing up for its annual Independence Day celebration. A parade will start at 9 a.m. on Wednesday, July 4th and wind through downtown Irving. That parade is followed by a reception in Heritage Park. Evening activities kick off at 6 in the Urban Center with live music, water slides, and more. A fireworks show will launch from the middle of Lake Carolyn. In economic development news, new international business opportunities may be ahead. Irving Mayor and DFW Airport Board member Rick Stouffer says he is looking forward to getting an update from the airport CEO as well as the mayors of Dallas and Fort Worth. They are just back from a European trade mission. They visited London, Paris, and Brussels, and they focused on economic opportunities for the entire DFW region.
I think that we always have high hopes when we send people, whether it's in Europe or whether it's in Asia, to show people what we really have to offer. The airport is outstanding as far as its capabilities to do things, and that's what people need when you're going to do business, when you're going to do trade. You've got to be able to get in and out. You've got to be able to be in an area where it's accessible, and that's what the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex offers.
In other news from the airport, we covered the grand opening for Code 3 Emergency Room and Urgent Care. It's actually just outside the Irving city limits in Euless. But that did not stop the Irving Chamber of Commerce from leading the celebration. Take a look.
We're celebrating the ribbon cutting at Code 3 Emergency Room and our 24-hour urgent care. We offer both. Emergency care is something that you think is life or limb threatening. We have board certified emergency physicians who can do a CT scan to see if you have appendicitis, determine if you're having a heart attack, sew up lacerations, check your broken bones. We also have an urgent care facility and take care of your strep throat, flu symptoms, things that are a little bit less acute.
And this one is going to be wrapped with a plane, inside a cockpit of a plane.
This is 7 days,
24 hours a day.
So proud that you chosen to build here in this area.
We saw that there was a gap in Dallas-Fort Worth right here at the airport where there wasn't huge access to urgent care, there wasn't access to emergency services very quickly for people.
This is wonderful. We've been working with Code 3 for 3 years and we are excited to see this happening.
What a perfect location for a facility like this.
And this comes at a time, there is a lot of development in this area.
Absolutely. We've got hundreds of acres literally under construction right now. This represents a great facility that not only provides services to our passengers and our employees, but of all of our business partners that are located in close proximity to this facility.
We've got not one, but 2 presentations for you.
The Irving Chamber has been great with welcoming us here, letting other businesses know about us. We're really hoping to become a part of the community.
Yeah, and I've been at a lot of ribbon cuttings lately. We have another one for you later. This one is for a new restaurant in Irving. Let's switch up the focus now. Many longtime residents, along with current and former city leaders, turned out for the 150th anniversary of Sauer Cemetery. Our team was there to capture the ceremony.
Let it be known that I, Rick Stouffer, Mayor of the City of Irving, and the City of Irving Council, do hereby proclaim June 9th, 2018 as Sauer Cemetery Day.
What we had is several events coming together. We had the 150th anniversary of the cemetery. We have the 45th anniversary of the first Texas historical marker dedicated in the city of Irving. And then we wanted to acknowledge all the people that donated and contributed to the improvements that we've made on the cemetery in the last 12 months.
It's a great opportunity for the community to come together and celebrate. And you see the people that are here today. A lot of them have relatives that have been here. And unfortunately, we've got a couple of ex-mayors that are here, so it's kind of fun to get them together on a day like today. But it's really an opportunity to showcase the work and the effort that the founding fathers and community members did to preserve this area.
Each one of these headstones or grave markers represents a little miniature monument for those individuals and what they did for the city.
Irving is the city what it is today because of the people.
I think the event is wonderful. It brings a lot of community members, especially the pioneer families that we don't know still live here and live around in the community.
I am the granddaughter of Marvin and Evelyn Story and the great-granddaughter of L.B. Barton, which we call Bose. We've done some volunteer where you come out and clean and different things like that, and I think it's great that they have people come out here and take care of the cemetery. It's a historical cemetery, so I just think it's a great thing that they let everybody know exactly where we came from.
As good as the cemetery looks right now, there is lots and lots of work to do. So we can certainly use anybody's help, whether it be volunteer help or dollars or what have you, so that we can pass this on to the next generations.
That cemetery is the site of Irving's first state historical marker. That was dedicated back in 1973. On a related note, the Irving Heritage Society just rededicated 2 of its historical markers. See that ceremony and find out the stories behind the sites next time on City Source. But we still have a lot to get to on today's show, including a huge turnout for a major running event that started at the Toyota Music Factory. We were there to see patriotism and a panda.
We're going in 5, 4, 3, 2, go get 'em!
About 2,500 runners are on their way from the Toyota Music Factory.
It's the Wounded Warrior Military Miles Half Marathon, 10K and 5K.
But before they set out on the course, there was a special start to the day. A show of patriotism coming from the sky.
We have 2 jumpers in the air.
What a start. We had 4 jumpers, one with the Texas flag and the American flag from the Remax skydiving team.
And we have jumper number 3, and there's the Texas flag.
Al Saylor was among those skydiving.
Crystal clear air, temperatures are pleasant, and we could look down from about a mile high and see all the runners getting ready to run. It was a lot of fun.
This is the 10th year for this event. Athletes are taking on a course through Las Colinas, including the Campeon Trail.
I love it. We've got so many things happening in the city, and events like these are great ways to show all the stuff that's really happening in progress around the city.
Irving's a great location for actually one reason. the workability of the city. You can have a lot of cities that can be apprehensive, but Irving's like wide open. So when you have that kind of energy, it makes it so easy.
Location's great because I live just down the street, but the course, I mean, I run this all the time.
The event raises money for 3 charities: the Wounded Warrior Project, Team Red, White, and Blue, and Fisher House.
Just like a stereo! Just like a stereo!
Who does it attract? It attracts current military personnel, but lots of families and friends of military. That's what's so surprising, is the generational and how one military person can spawn 4 other runners that may know as a father or a brother or a friend.
At the finish line at the Toyota Music Factory, our team heard confirmation of that as we asked runners about their motivation.
I just had my girlfriend's grandpa passed away. He was a veteran, so I wanted to dedicate this race to him. So if you're up there, I know you're watching. I love you. Thank you for all the things that you've done for us. This one's for you.
I come from a military family. Both my grandfathers retired Air Force. My dad retired Air Force. Both my uncles retired Air Force. My cousin and my niece is currently in the Air Force Academy.
I haven't been running for a while, but I do this race every year because got to do it for our heroes.
The cause is a serious one, but the mood is all upbeat.
Oh, it's absolutely happy. Celebrating our troops instead of, being down about it.
Mark Sue is keeping it light, running the course wearing a panda head.
I just really like pandas. Last year I ran and there was nobody out there to support me, but wearing the panda head, almost everybody has fun taking a gander.
All of the participants leave with medals and memories of the Wounded Warriors military miles in Irving.
Go military, go fire police. We love you.
And there is more at the Toyota Music Factory. The Texas Lottery Plaza, right in the center of the Music Factory, is offering a lot of free events. Sunday nights at dusk, usually around 8 p.m., Alamo Draft House presents movie nights. Attendees are encouraged to bring a chair or blanket to sit on and buy some food at one of the Music Factory restaurants. Friday and Saturday nights from 8 until 11 p.m., it's Texas Lottery Live. Again, that's also free to get in, and it features bands and DJs. Additional live music events on the plaza will be announced in conjunction with the major concerts scheduled at the pavilion. Camp Gladiator is also offering fitness classes during the week, and the Saturday sessions are always free. Find updates at facebook.com/Toyota Music Factory. It is the time of year to take precautions against mosquitoes. As of production time, 2 mosquitoes caught in Irving traps tested positive for West Nile virus. At a recent news conference, Dallas County Health and Human Services invited a West Nile survivor to share his story in hopes that his experience will encourage others to protect themselves.
You can probably hear the tremor in my voice. That's because I have a paralyzed vocal cord and I have a paralyzed diaphragm from the West Nile. Was outside my home in East Dallas with my 4-year-old son working on the front porch. We were getting swarmed by mosquitoes. About 4 or 5 days after that, my vision started to black out. I started to throw up. I started to fall down because my balance was off. What was happening was I had developed neuroinvasive West Nile virus. I had developed encephalitis and meningitis. I woke up 3 weeks later in the intensive care unit, unable to move. I had been put on a ventilator, so I was trached, so I couldn't talk. The pain was excruciating. The only way I can describe it, and this is totally a guess, it's like somebody running a blowtorch over your body. I couldn't move, couldn't talk, couldn't eat, anything. That started the long process of my recovery. I have neurological damage throughout my body. I'll never be able to hold my grandchildren, God willing that I have some, because physically I can't lift more than about 15 or 20 pounds. I'm susceptible to falls. I fall about once a month. Sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's not. The important part of this story is prevention. Certainly I hope you take it seriously.
As a reminder, here are the 4 Ds of mosquito protection. Dusk and dawn are the times to stay indoors because that's when mosquitoes are most active. Dress in long sleeves and pants. Use a repellent containing DEET and drain standing water so it does not become a mosquito breeding ground. The City of Irving's mosquito hotline is 972-721-3755. That's the number to call to report stagnant water or other mosquito activity. Prevention tips and spraying schedules are at irvingfightsthebite.org. From fighting the bite to beating the heat, some Irving residents will have some help in that thanks to an anonymous charitable donation. Our team was there to see the gift dropped off at Irving Cares.
This is a really cool day for us at Irving Cares because the fire department has been giving us box fans for us to be able to give it to our fellow Irving citizens. Today's delivery day. We already have a small list of folks who are waiting for the box fans, so we'll get them to them to help them beat this Texas heat.
We had a corporate partner in our community donate these fans. They had a fan drive and they want to remain anonymous. So we stepped up and kind of closed the gap to get the fans over here to Irving Cares. Irving Cares is our resource to the community. They're always stepping up and helping neighbors and people in need and less fortunate. We kind of do the same thing, you know. We're always looking for ways to help the community as well. And so it's just a great partnership, great resource, great friendship.
Customers that we see may be in an apartment or in a house and the air conditioner goes out, they may not have the money to be able to fix it. So a fan like this allows them to be able to drop the temperature to help improve their quality of life. We give one fan out to each family, so you're looking at about 80 fans. So 80 families will be able to get the fans.
You know, not everybody can afford the luxury of air conditioner running 24/7. Even though there is some help out there to help the less fortunate with their air conditioning and their bills, a fan helps out tremendously. You know, growing up, that's all I had was a fan, you know, so the fans help out these individuals, help keep them cool, and that's what we need to do here in the hot Texas summer heat.
Again, it just goes back to how much city employees, the people in the city of Irving really care about their residents, you know. One of Teddy's big quotes all the time was how much the citizens of Irving give a rip about the people in their city and their neighbors, and this is just another example of that, of how we give a rip about each other in Irving. So proud.
Yeah, and along with the heat, another part of summer is taking vacations. The Irving Police Department has a program that can help keep your home safe while you're away. By signing up for Vacation Watch, a beat officer will check your home daily and follow up upon your return. Sign up at cityofirving.org/884. That website also has a lot of steps you can take to protect your home before you leave on vacation. Another police program is getting underway, and this one is for young people interested in refining their sports skills while building relationships with police. Summer Hoops runs July 9th through August 3rd at Sam Houston Middle School. Children aged 10 to 14 are invited. Hoops runs from 9 a.m. until noon each weekday. Summer Kicks happens on those same dates from 8 a.m. until noon at Irving School Stadium. It is open to children aged 8 to 14. Both programs are free and even include breakfast and lunch. Find the sign-up forms at irvingpal.org, and we'll be covering Hoops and Kicks for an upcoming edition of City Source. A restaurant that started in Arizona is expanding to our state, and it just opened its first Texas location here in Irving. We are at the ribbon cutting for Original Chop Shop.
We're doing our ribbon cutting, celebrating our first opening in the Dallas market here for Original Chop Shop. Chop Shop is just feel-good food. We're serving simple items in a nice, clean environment. So it's protein bowls, salads, sandwiches, protein shakes, juices, and we serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
I'm trying to eat healthier, and it looks like a great place, so I'm going to try this out.
I heard you talk about healthy. We think this is as healthy as you want it to be. We have steak on the menu, we have chicken on the menu, but if you want to eat healthier, we also have tofu.
When we looked at Irving, it's been fantastic. Since day one, welcomed by the Chamber of Commerce, immediately became a member out here so we could celebrate with them.
We looked for about 2 years for a site, and we finally found this location in Irving.
The community has been nothing but supportive in what we're doing. We see that during our busy lunches throughout the day.
This is my second time here. I'm lying. Actually, it's like my 10th time here. I came to their very first soft opening. Their food is fresh, it's delicious, it's flavorful.
This little portion of time in Irving, it's a great growth period.
Well, we're just really excited to be here. We appreciate the outpouring of the community and look forward to serving everybody today.
Yeah, some good stuff there, and you can catch up on other openings of restaurants and more on our business and economic development playlist. That's at youtube.com/the City of Irving. And with that, it's time for our Pets of the Week. Here's Brett at the Animal Care Campus.
Hello everyone, I'm Brett Wheeler alongside with the one, the only, the Michael Whiteside with this week's Pets of the Week. And Michael, who do we have here?
This handsome young man here is Alvin. He's about 6 years old and he's a Chihuahua. I'm thinking he's probably named after the chipmunk because he does kind of tend to resemble one. When he's sitting in his kennel, he'll kind of scrunch down a little bit and his fur stands up on his neck. He's just a real sweetheart.
What sort of family setting do you think Alvin would be good in?
We know he's been around children. He actually came to us because his owner passed away and they didn't have any family members that could keep him. So we know he's been around children. He definitely likes some quiet time. He definitely likes to be kind of curled up next to you. So I think he's going to be great with any family, especially since he's been around kids before. He's going to be one of those dogs that's just going to, want to be with you as often as he can and just give him all of his love.
All right, Michael, now we have T-Bone. Tell me a little about T-Bone.
He is about 3 years old. He actually came into Irving Animal Services as a drop-off. Someone found him and brought him in, and he's just now hanging out, waiting for someone to come and give him his forever home.
We were outside playing with T-Bone a little bit. He seems like he's a very social dog. What sort of environment do you think he would be best in?
From everything I've seen, he seems pretty laid back about kids, other people, other pets. He doesn't really show any sort of reaction to any of that. He's kind of just a happy-go-lucky guy, and you can kind of tell on his face. He just kind of is here, ready to play and ready to enjoy hanging out with a new family.
All right, Michael, now we've changed sides here. We are in the cat room, and who do we have here?
This big guy right here is Henry. He's about 7 years old. So he's a little bit older than most of the cats that we have right now, but he's pretty laid back. And he came to us because his owner had a new living situation, and then someone new in the house was allergic. So he came here to us. He was pretty matted when he came in, so he got a bit of a shave, so his hair's growing back out, which kind of explains the little bit of an odd haircut. But he's really laid back. He's obviously, a senior cat. He does love to sit in people's laps and love to get petted. And he's just a real sweet, sweet boy.
And it looks like Henry is a little more comfortable hanging out on the ground. But if you're interested in adopting a cat like Henry, there's a special going around. Is that correct?
Correct. All month long, any cat a year or older, free to adopt, and any kitten is $50. And it's on both sides of the shelter, so both DFW Humane Society and Irving Animal Services. We've got a lot to choose from, and you still get the same benefits as the regular adoption fee. So they'll be up to date on vaccinations, spayed or neutered, microchipped with microchip enrollment, as well as dewormers and that type of stuff to get them ready to go home with you.
Thank you so much, Michael. I really appreciate you showing me some of the pets around here, and that sounds like a really great deal. If you're interested in picking up a forever pet, come out here to the Animal Care Campus. Back to you, Thomas.
All right, Brett, always some good choices. The Animal Care Campus is located at 4140 Valley View Lane. It is open Tuesday through Friday from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. Then on Saturday, the hours are 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. Also, you can check out the websites you see on your screen for more adoptable animals. We have expert tips for beating the heat, the advice for yourself, your pets, and even your cars next time on City Source. Local history buffs will be especially interested in this story. The Irving Heritage Society rededicates 2 markers to draw attention to the significance of a couple of local sites and see the progress at the municipal golf course formerly known as Twin Wells. We have the new video of the work underway now and also have the story behind the new name. Plus, a busy Irving hotel gets a more than $5 million renovation. We're getting a look inside. And remember, you can always email us your thoughts on our stories. The address is ictn@cityofirving.org. We always like to hear from you there and by leaving comments on our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/thecityofirving. Subscribe and get our videos as soon as they're posted. And that's it for this edition of City Source. We leave you now with more from the Wounded Warriors Military Mile event. Thanks to everyone who's a part of this one, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.